Hello guys, and welcome to my channel today. This is going to be such a fun video because for today's eyeshadow look, I really pushed myself in a few different directions. I tried a different technique. I went really shimmer heavy where generally I go more matte heavy. I tried some graphic stuff and this double wing sort of thing. Today's video is quite different for me, and it is also the third look that I've uploaded just this week using the Christmas Eve palette from Uden's Eye. My week of series is one in which I upload an entire week of videos focusing and highlighting just one eyeshadow palette. I did do a week of Merry Christmas last year, so that's in there as well. Everything is linked down below in the description box. Now, without further ado, I really want to show you guys how I did this eyeshadow look, so let's go. I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos for this week that I had a pretty firm plan for all of the looks I wanted to do this week, and when I figure out which shadows I'll be using, I believe I'm going to be using every shade in the palette just this week. At the end of the week, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using every shade. So today I really want to focus on these two, possibly this one, possibly this one. I have kind of a plan. I just know which colors I wanted to use. So I've already primed my eyes. I used the Glamlight Icing Primer. Everything I'm using, per usual, is down below in the description box if you're curious. Let's zoom in and see what we can do with this look today. At first I thought I was just going to go really smoky, but I think in each of my week of videos I end up doing like a standard eye look, like my own standard aesthetic, then a halo eye, then a deep smoky eye, and I just wanted to break that pattern, do something a little bit different. I still want to use those specific shadows, but I think what I'm going to try to do is maybe like sort of stripes of color and shimmer. I have no idea how it's going to look, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it anyway. So let me take a flat brush. It's actually a brow brush. I'm going to pick up Night Sky first and kind of do a wing, and then see if I can smoke it a little bit. I'm not good at doing wings. This is probably not going to be great, and I'm not going to try to talk while I do it. So hope you enjoy this music overlay while I try to make a wing. Alright, so there's my little starter wing. I think I'm just going to I'll clean off this brush a bit and just push the shadow up a little so I'm sort of smudging it. And from here I just want to do stripes of shimmer, dark to lighter and lighter. That's my plan. So I'm going to take I think I should take a flat brush, right? I should take a flat brush. Sorry, like I said, I don't have a firm plan here, so I'm kind of winging this as I go. Haha, wing. Alright, flat brush. This is something I might use for a concealer to do a cut crease or something. I'm going to pick up Blue Star, and I will spray it because I definitely want precision here. So let's take Blue Star and just make a little stripe of it next to this wing. I'm thinking of doing a gradient from the blue into the purples. I don't think I've used this Blue Star shade yet. It's really pretty. It's quite deep though, so I don't want it to be a focal point all over the eye. Although honestly, it is beautiful. If I did choose to do it all over the eye, it would certainly be lovely. Now I'll take this same brush and pick up the next lighter shimmer. Is called Gorgeous. This I will also spray. This is quite aptly named because this shadow is gorgeous. I'm going to put this next to the blue shimmer, give it its own space, and then gently work it together. And out here, I'm not really sure what to do out here. Maybe I should have laid down a wash of like a transition color first, but oh well, this is where we are now. This Gorgeous shade is quite a bit more purple than you might expect. Looking in the pan, it looks, I mean, it's a duochrome at least. In the pan, you might see blue, we might see purple. Hopefully you can see some sort of shift there. And then there's also a surprising amount of like a gold pink hint to it. It's very pretty. Alright, and now I think I'll take this same brush, clean it off, and go into Wonderful. I will spray this one as well. Spraying your shimmers once they're on the brush helps keep them contained so they stay where you put them and there's less fallout. It's just a bit more precision. So here is Wonderful. Taking this much closer to the inner corner. And I'm more comfortable with this Wonderful shade covering under the brow bone area than I am with the darker shimmer covering that area. So I'll kind of tap back into Wonderful and spread it out here a little bit more. I don't mind a lighter shimmer in that space. Ordinarily I have mattes there, so this is a very weird technique for me. Quite different from what I ever do. And now same brush, cleaned off, going into Snowflake. This is the lightest, and it's a little bit flakier, so I'm gonna spray this again. Here's Snowflake, and this one is going all the way to the inner corner of the lid space and up, and this is my final layer, or my final stripe of sparkle and shimmer. I don't want to pull this shade all the way out. I kind of want to keep it a little bit more in this inner corner area, and then I can go back into Wonderful if I want to bring sparkle out. I mean, that's really different for me. That's really different. It's kind of, in terms of color blocking, I've got the light, the medium, and the depth, which I usually have, but generally I achieve that with a foundation of mattes. So to get that done with only shimmers is really odd. I only used a matte to create the outer wing. I'm trying to decide if I want to do something on the lower lash line, or should I just leave it like this, because it's different. I'm going to take a small blending brush and make sure it's cleaned off. I don't want to bring in any weird colors. I'm going to grab the shade Ice Crystal, just lightly, and use that right on the edge over here, because my wing is a little bit untidy, honestly. Again, I'm not great at doing wings, and I just wanted to soften that edge a bit. Okay, now I have an idea for the lower lash line, and it's scaring me. I've seen other people do it, and it looks so great when somebody else does it, right? Achieving it myself is an entirely different story, but I'm kind of thinking I want to do something like maybe the same colors on the lower lash line, and then do like a wing out here so I have the negative space gap. I've seen people do this. I know it can be done. I know it can be done well. I don't know if I'm the person to do it well. Trying to decide what angle I want. Do I want to just go straight? Or up like this? Or do I want to go down like a butterfly wing? If I go down, my husband's going to think I've lost my mind. So here's my plan. I'm going to build the lower lash line in the reverse order, starting light, working dark. And then once I've laid down all those shimmers and I see what the lower lash line is looking like, then I will decide if I want to do a wing and which direction I want it to go. Because that's the only one using a matte shadow, right? So that's going to deepen on top of the dark shimmers already. So I'm going reverse order, Snowflake into Wonderful, into Gorgeous, into Blue Star, and then figure out what to do with Night Sky. Yeah. Alright, I didn't bring it as far, like all the way to the outer corner, because I'm not sure about that negative space. Here's where I have to decide which direction I'm going to do a wing, if I do a wing. Of course, I could just connect it and go from there. I could do something like this, or straight. I think I want to do more, a little bit straighter. So back to my brow brush and back into Night Sky. I am going to kind of carry this in a straight line from the outer corner of the lower lash line. Okay, so now I'll just round off where it connects down here. And back into that small blending brush and Ice Crystal, I want to tap only the edge of this blue matte and buff it downwards so that it just softens and smooths a little bit down, but keeps that negative space clean. Now, if I had the graphic liner kit that I'm planning on buying at Black Friday, you know what I would do from here? I would do possibly some little dots in this negative space or underneath, or maybe take a pastel purple and do a bit of an outline of the arch. I think that would kind of complete the look. Now, I don't have that option right now, at least not with graphic liner, but I do have winged eyeliner. And I'm thinking of, I might regret this because I think it's kind of cute right now, But this sort of makes me think of a butterfly wing, and you know those little black dots or the different colored sections you see in a butterfly's wing? Kind of thinking I might try to echo that a bit by just putting a few little black dots under the lower wing there. So let's see how this works. I know that those are really, really, really small. That's okay. It's perfectly fine with me, honestly. And what I did find was that when I was trying to do the smallest one, the tip of the eyeliner was beginning to remove product. So I've got this little glitter liner from NYX. This is also linked down below, and this one's gold. But I'm gonna tap that right on top of the black dots. Okay. So that's my look. I'm officially gilding the lily now. I'm gonna choose something for my waterline. I'll go off camera, finish up, and I'll be right back to show you how it looks with both sides done. I actually really love this. I love the way that this turned out. I've seen people do this before, particularly Carrie Kay. She does this a lot, and I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting, and you can really make it look like a butterfly wing if you want to, but I just like that it's a little diversion from what I ordinarily do. I've never tried this before. This is the first time trying any kind of negative space or like a double wing intentionally. Once or twice I've done a double wing where I just had the angle so horribly wrong that I ended up fixing it and going a totally different direction. But I think that this is beautiful, and this is a testament to my improving skill level. It's very encouraging to me. It's very exciting. I think it's lovely, honestly. In my waterline, I just used some black, and then on my lips, I'm wearing this liner from Italia Deluxe. It's in the shade Hazelnut, and then two NYX butter glosses. First, I put on Cinnamon Roll, and then just in the center, I put on some of the Eclair shade. So that's what else I have going on. And as you know, I said that this glitter liner was also linked down below. And on my face, the only other thing I have besides concealer is the Cofanon Moonlight highlighter from Nomad Cosmetics, which is a beautiful blue purple iridescent. It's absolutely smashing. So that's what I'm wearing on my face. That's the whole look. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I'm so excited to go through my day with this eyeshadow look. It's me, but I challenged myself a little bit by doing a different shape, a different technique. I mean, this is so unlike what I typically do. Generally, if you've been here at all, you know I build out my crease with some mattes, deeper outer corner, lighter inner corner, then I put on some corresponding shimmers in the depth range, and there you go. This is so different. This was almost all shimmers, and I changed it by doing this little ribbon striping sort of thing, and I only used matte for the wing, and then I did the double wing, and I did the little dots. Today was fun. Today was a lot of fun. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Do tell me in the comments what you think. Thank you so much for your time and for being here. I hope you're enjoying my week of Christmas Eve. This palette's beautiful. I think that's well established at this point. Remember to check my description box for my Udenslight playlist, which also, by the way, has a week of Merry Christmas from last year's Christmas season. And I will also include other things. So definitely check the description box if you're curious about anything, and I look forward to seeing you guys again in my final look this week using the Christmas Eve palette. Thank you so much for being here. Bye!